sure you get the picture. The boy and the computer.
Okay. All right, you ready? Okay.
All right. So less than a year ago, I actually had to have one of my toenails removed. Why, you might ask? Well, I'm going to explain why. At the time, I was working hard as a CNA at a nursing home in Morris. I was on my feet and moving around a lot at that job. Over time, a sore actually developed on my toe, and said sore actually became infected. And since I'm a diabetic, that could spell pretty great danger if the problem isn't taken care of sooner rather than later. I eventually saw the foot doctor with my mother and my grandmother both accompanying me. After further examination, though, the doctor broke the big news. The toenail had to go. So the first step in the removal process was to receive the anesthetic, which was administered under the skin of my toe through a needle, a huge needle. The sight of the big needle didn't frighten me at first because, well, I'm a diabetic. Needles have never really bothered me or fazed me. However, nothing could have prepared me for what I was about to feel. The big needle entered the side of my toe and was moved around under my skin, and the pain was so fierce that I was clenching the arms of the chair. Both my mother and my grandmother had to leave the room because they just couldn't watch me in the state I was in. When the needle was finally removed and my mother and grandmother re-entered the room, I was nearly gasping for air, and I said out loud, "That winded me." My toe was numb and cold. It was one of the weirdest feelings I had ever felt. The foot doctor proceeded the process of removing the toenail, and soon he had it right off and the procedure was over. In conclusion, I went home limping. My toe was wrapped and still numb. Although the needle stick was the worst of it, it wasn't going to be the last of the intense pain. No. Because the doctor told me I should continue to soak my toe every day, and the process of removing the toe bandage and the wrap and plunging said toe into the warm water also caused quite fierce pain. But at the end of it, it wasn't the worst pain of the entire thing after all.
Okay. Pant, you have to stand, remember? You have to show everybody again. And don't forget Kel.
Yeah.